me find me a quiet place real quick. Very much so, Ruby. Peace to everybody. How y'all doing? Hey there, Sherry. Peace to you, Strawberry Rita. Strawberry Rita. Yeah, no more second chance stuff, Patty. You're right. So you can already see before I've even spoken a word that the people who support my platform already agree. I hadn't even seen, because they saw it too. I don't know why, but for some reason, there seems to be a strong hate for my family. And it didn't used to be that way. You understand? It's deeper than hate. I can handle the hate, but the disrespect to my family, to the people on my platform, I'm not going to allow it anymore. So I've gone on a blocking spree for the last 3 days. If you're wondering why you can't post, it's because you've been blocked for disrespecting my family. I don't care to explain to you what you did or said. Just know I found it disrespectful. And for the life of me, I don't get it. Why? Even if you don't agree with my lifestyle, if you don't agree with something I've said, a decision I've made, I can't see for the life of me why you're disrespecting my family. Speaking on my children, speaking on Samiq, disrespecting Cindy. I don't get it. I don't get what joy it brings to you guys. And I know that it's a lot of people out there who come from certain bloggers' pages to try and troll us, to throw us off, to try and get some type of trigger, try to trigger us, trigger pain, anger, so they can take it back to their platform and present it like we're crashing out or that we've done something to them. I've had words to say back to these people, and I may again, to be honest with you. But I get so many messages from my platform saying, why don't you just block these people? And you guys are absolutely right. So just know that if you're blocked, it's because you guys are being disrespectful. I'm not a puppet. I'm not going to block you because you asked me, Tasha. You could block me if you don't like my content. It's really simple. I don't even know why you would even comment here when you could just block me. As you can see, I'm busy. I won't block people for requesting that I block them, right? That's kind of stupid when they could just block me, right? What I will block, though, is blatant disrespect. To speak on children, y'all, I could never, man. I would never. I don't know what you guys are made of. Is it just pure evil? I literally get posts that try and make me and Lacey be ashamed of our son, right? And maybe that's because they would be ashamed of their son. They're just projecting. But they say these things in a very triggering way because they want us to somehow be triggered, be hurt, be angry. And it only reveals themselves. So I'm not going to allow you guys to keep on disrespecting my family. They don't want to wake up and see it. I don't. And frankly, my supporters don't. Yeah, children should be off limits, but they're not. They're not. And you can tell that it's not something that I've done because what you see is anyone connected to me gets this bashing. I posted these beautiful pictures of Justice's lovely lady, Cindy, her birthday. And they're under there trying to hurt her feelings, trying to say mean things about her. She's done nothing to these people. And so they try to spin this stuff as if, you know, they're doing it because I've done something to them. It's just a lie. They just want to target my family. And I'm not even going to run down all the things that they say. But it's unreal. If they said these things in front of me, I'd be in prison. I would be in prison, y'all. If I ran into half of these people, I would be in prison. Absolutely, JD's beautiful. And it's sad because, let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something, okay? I want you guys to see this, and I want to say something behind it, but just listen to this real quick.
America. They're literally turning their eyeshadows. All the ideology is backwards, and everything that they believe in is dysfunctional. These are the defenders of the dysfunction and the chaos. They encourage it. And you know that because look at Sexy Red. They allow her to sell booty hole brown and gonorrhea lip glosses. Disgusting. And then they get all these degrees to still come out alone and in debt. Not to mention they let the government convince them to destroy their children and to go against the very men that are put here to protect them. And this is why they fall for every scam that the government push. Feminism, abortion, birth control. They even fell for the scam that they're the smartest group in America. You are not the most educated. You are the most indoctrinated. Congratulations. And it's also much degrees and black males.
I'm going to stop it right there. This is what I want to say. She's saying that black women are some of the most dysfunctional and they push dysfunction. I don't want to believe that. I have nothing but black women connected to me. I have black women who support me, who support my family. And even with this move to Medellin, most of the people who reached out to me directly to support me were black women. So I know that this isn't true across the board. But what is true is that the people who are attacking my son, attacking my family, attacking Cindy, via their words, they're all black. And that fucking sucks. I grew up without my parents. So I would think that many of you guys who've experienced that would love to see black people standing up for their responsibility, right? But you guys ridicule a father who's there. You ridicule a grandfather who's there. We all know some man who isn't doing right by his children. We all know some woman who isn't doing right by their children. We all know somebody who abandoned their duty as a parent. We all know somebody who abandoned their children. Why isn't the negative energy directed towards negative people? I want to speak life into those black women and men who terrorize my family. I don't know what it is with y'all. I really don't. But you guys are criticizing someone who's there for his children and his family, who loves them to life, who do anything for them, and who's trying to set an example for generations to come so that they can be better fathers and be curse breakers, because many of us are parenting with broken hearts. Many of us are trying to be parents to children. We didn't have parents ourselves. And it shouldn't be, you know, outside of the difficulties that come along with just being a parent. It shouldn't be your own peers, your own brothers and sisters rewriting your message, trying to discourage you, talking down on your family and children. When it's so crazy, because the people who are doing it, a lot of them have a man in their life who they can't get to honor his duties as a father. But they take to social media to bash me and my family daily. But their own husbands and boyfriends are not doing right by their own children. Many of their husbands, boyfriends, walking around with ankle bracelets on, have abandoned their child. Many of their children don't even know their fathers. I'm going to say that again. Many of their children don't know their fathers. They only know the man in their house. And these same people will be criticizing me and my family. All of my children know me. They're right in the house with me. I do right by them, and I'll never leave their side. Your criticism shouldn't be for me. It's not even criticizing my parenting. It's criticizing things like aesthetics. Talk about how my wives look, how my children look, how their girlfriend looks. I don't understand that. It's so damn childish. I hurt for y'all because I'm trying to understand how you guys wake up every day with so much malice. You got enough to pour out every day on somebody else. I've got people who've never heard of the city Medellin, who've never thought about Colombia. Instead of looking up ways to fix their own life, they're looking up and Googling Medellin and Colombia so they can discourage me from my destiny, from what I'm trying to do. Why is that? I don't know what's in it for them. Soon as I mention I'm moving my family, they got something to say to me, but they never thought about moving their family. And if they're not thinking about it and they're good, then why don't they just go be good? Why are they trying to criticize and discourage me from what I'm trying to do for my family? They want me to be afraid. They want me to feel like something's going to happen to me. They want me to feel like someone's after me. Anything they can say to try and discourage what I'm trying to do for my family. All this energy they're putting in to try to discourage me, and not an ounce of it is going towards their own family. They wake up daily to either come to my platform or their own, take what I've put on my platform, only to take it to theirs and skew it, try and make it a negative thing. They'll never have anything positive to say. All to dump on someone who's there for their kids. Many of their parents weren't there for them. They make videos trying to criticize Lacey being a mother. I heard a lady doing this when her mother gave her up. She literally grew up in a foster home, but she's criticizing Lacey's motherhood. We had an option to terminate Samik. Never would we do such a thing. We would have missed out. We'll never leave his side. We'll never abandon him. Many of you guys were healthy and your parents gave you up. So you can't see the beauty in someone stand by their children. Why is that not something that you hold up and uplift as something that's righteous? Why are you criticizing people who are not abandoning their responsibility? Why aren't you instead criticizing someone who forsook their parental obligation? The shit is heartbreaking. It's not because of a personal feeling. It's heartbreaking because it's my own people. Yo, we fucking suck. Is this how we act, y'all? Let me tell you something. These people out here in Colombia, they love their families, man. They stick by their families and children. I think it's a beautiful thing. Some of them know of my content. And it's embarrassing that they know the people that's attacking me are my own people. I try to explain all the time, but the people who love me are my own people too. The people who come out here and support, send love, show love in all types of ways are my people too. But it's so discouraging to see my own people that look like me. Many of them have the same traumas, same experiences. These people's hate and whatever they call trolling, they'll disguise it under trolling. I'll tell you guys what you'll never see. You'll never see my family take to social media to bash another person's family and their children and what they look like. Ever. If I see a person trying, they'll get nothing but encouragement from me, not discouragement. And it's sad because these people say that they believe in and love God. That's what they say. They believe in and love God. But there's a scripture that says you don't love God. You say you love God, but your heart is far from him. It says you love the devil, the father of lies. It says the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. No matter what I put up, they come to try and steal our joy, destroy our vision. In the eyes of other people, they'll try and discourage what we're doing. My family excitingly agreed to live in different cities for a week so we could experience the city and decide where we want to live. This will be very important because it puts you in a place where you can decide based on the things you need around you, easily accessing those things, the safety, and all these things, instead of just deciding to literally move somewhere and not know your neighbors. I made this known to the public that we decided to do this, right? They go to their platforms and say, look at Kevin, a poor father, moving his family around. This is his third place. Look at how terrible he is. These are the things that they do. No matter what it is that we do, that we try to do, they're going to try to take it and spin it into something negative. And I'm really trying to understand, where is the hate coming from? What is it that you're getting out of it besides, what, a paycheck? So it shows that for some money, you would destroy your own people. And in their mind, they're like, yeah, cash app. You guys would destroy your own people for $1. You guys will destroy your own people, the ones that's actually trying to do better than their parents could do for them. You would destroy those people, their reputations. Try and change how people see them for $1. And the saddest part is the people that will pay for that. The people that will pay just to hear something negative about somebody who's doing the right things, man. Yeah, it's money in it. We already know that there is money in being evil. We know it. But it's sad that our people will behave that way for $1. It's sad. And if you come out and address them, they get angry at you. They get a fire in their chest that nobody can quench. And they'll go live or be on your pages criticizing and talking about you hostile, in a hostile way for weeks and months because you responded to what they were saying and doing to you. See, the internet didn't exist when I was a child. And I know this is very new to us, you know what I mean? Thank you guys for the stars. I know that this is very new to us as far as having the internet. If you didn't like somebody when I was young, you could just talk to the people around you about who you didn't like, gossip on your front porch. But now that there's an internet, you can come out here and say some of the most disrespectful things about somebody. And now, so many more people get infected by it. They literally tell lies on you and leave it to you to straighten out, knowing they're lying. I never thought the world would come to something like this, to where, because of this internet, anybody out there who's trying to build something, legacy-wise, something that can have longevity for their family, whether it's a business or whatever the case may be, it can all be destroyed through someone coming to social media and doing what they do. All your hard work, all your efforts can literally be betrayed by somebody else's mouth. And it's sad that people allow this to happen, that they actually fuel this stuff, that they cheer it on, that they're there for it, that these people even have platforms. I celebrated a lady yesterday, Amber. So many people staring at me. I celebrated Amber yesterday, right? A content creator who helped me sell a lot of my books, right? They get mad that I celebrate her, that I lifted her up. So they want to twist everything I said to her, call it manipulation. I didn't say anything to them. I merely just praised Amber and thanked Amber for what she did for my family. They go to their platforms to try and make it seem like I did it because they said to do it, when Amber and I have been talking daily about this live. The numbers, the books that people purchased weren't showing up in my system. It took a couple of days. And so I wanted to wait until the numbers revealed themselves before I went live about it. Amber and I knew the day before that live was going to take place. But they want to act like I'm doing it because they said it. They're trying to discourage me about my followers. They say, well, I sold 100 books and I have less followers than you, Kevin. They want me to feel like I got terrible followers or something, right? Say something to y'all. The last few years, man, I've made videos that challenge people, make people laugh, whatever the case may be. But people hit subscribe and follow from there. So I have 1 million subscribers because people enjoy my content. And the support that they give me pays me thousands of dollars per month. Just watching my videos and commenting on them without paying me a single dime, without buying a single book, a single product from me, they bless me. Just by growing from my content, being entertained by it, whatever the case may be. And for that, I'm grateful. I would never make my platform seem like less than what it is because they didn't rush to go buy a book. Everyone may not be interested in that book. And I truly believe the universe is in control. So if the book didn't sell, it's because it's not time for it to sell. It's not anybody's fault. It's not my fault. It's not my platform's fault. When you build a substantially large platform, it becomes more difficult to connect with each one of them individually. So it's going to be harder to have that type of platform where you have people who just, do the types of things like a smaller platform would do. And so you got to appreciate both sides of it. When I was a smaller platform, it was easier for me to connect with people. So it was easier for me to do calls to action and stuff like that. But now it's a little bit more difficult. So I would never sit here and say my followers are not good followers or good subscribers because they didn't all go buy my book. They even said that if they had 1 million followers or subscribers, they go live and tell them all to give them $1, and at least 10% of them should give them $1, and they'll have 100,000. What am I doing? I'd never do such a thing. That's taking advantage of your viewership. People watch your content for whatever reason. It doesn't give you a right to dip into their pockets. It doesn't. If you have a need, people on your platform will want to support you, but going to your platform just to ask them to give you $1, come on, y'all. And for this person to say this is telling you, it's indicative of how she would abuse her supporters, if she were to have them. And you wonder why certain people have large platforms and some don't. Because people know their hearts. I'm not discouraged one bit because I didn't have a whole lot of book sale. That's ridiculous. What encourages me is you guys coming to my platform, showing love, watching the content, being inspired by it, and becoming better people because of it. Because what I do is a ministry. I'm not a typical content creator. And listen, I'm human. I have a lot of love in my heart. And I want better for our world. So yeah, it bothers me when people, especially my own people, behave in such a way, dumping all this hate on my family who also loves these people. When I see a black person, I see beauty, y'all. People on here trying to rag on Cindy because of her skin color. Cindy's beautiful. It's like we are just as bad as the people who colonized us. If Justice was out here with some yellow woman, some light-skinned woman, they'd be saying that he had a problem with dark-skinned women. But he has a beautiful Nubian queen. And you guys are on here trying to criticize her and make her feel bad about herself. Y'all act like I'm supposed to be some heartless person who don't feel shit. Nah, I feel it all. But see, it's crazy because they'll hate me, but they love Jesus, right? Jesus felt it all. Jesus wept. Jesus loved the world so much he gave his life. So they'll see someone who looks like them, who loves the world, feels pain when he sees the world act such a way. And that becomes a person to criticize. That's a person that they call weak. No, you're weak when you're cold. Somebody said I was weak because I feel. Because shit hurts me, that makes me weak. No, that makes you weak because you don't feel. Because you're desensitized to the shit you say and do. That makes you weak. Why don't you get that? It is not by might nor power. So you think that you're strong because you can get on here and say the meanest shit to people? Or that you don't care when you see other people being mistreated? You think that makes you strong? So let's just get this straight. If we watch somebody get hurt right in front of you, the people who stand back and film it, they strong, right? The ones who don't give a damn about it, they the ones that strong, right? Come on, y'all. It's amazing the way they try to twist things to hurt me. But what they're doing is telling on themselves. So wait a second, you don't feel? And what's crazy is the person who said that literally be online whining every time somebody say that they don't seem like they mentally stable. Be online whining, ready to cry. Another one was up there talking about harming themselves, but yet they take to social media daily to discuss me. So I don't get it, man. When I watch some of these people say some of the things they say, I look at their life and I can easily see how that criticism could be pointed at their own baby daddies, their own fathers, their own mothers, and away from me. But somehow I have their attention. Alexis, they should be ashamed, but they don't have the ability to be ashamed. They don't have the ability to be embarrassed. They're far too desensitized and lost to even know they're an embarrassment to their own people, their own culture. And they're living in the moment. They think right now that shit is cool. But 50 years from now, 100 years from now, yo, you're a disgrace to your own people. And here's why. When you see someone doing the right things, that should be pedestalized. When you see someone stick by their children no matter what, that should be pedestalized. That should be spoke highly about. But what you guys do is you criticize those people. I haven't seen them once criticize the actual PDF file that's in their lives. I haven't actually seen them do that. There's men out here spitting on women. They don't call that out. There's men out here with actual PDF file records. They don't call that out. Instead, they put that name and title on someone who does not have that record. They take my brother, for instance. He loves his children, and they'll spin that like he don't love his children. I know he loves his children, and I can vouch for him all day. But then they'll treat me badly because I vouch for him. You know how heartbreaking it is to see somebody who you know loves their children, and to know that he's been separated from at least one of his children due to what somebody gotta say. Shit breaks my heart. And they think that's funny. They think that's funny. Let somebody rate their opinions. With their opinions, trying to deceive children. They'll tell my brother's children that he loves on them for the sake of the internet, when he uses the internet to spread being a father. He wants other men to step up and be a better father. So he displays all of his actions with his children. And they'll get up there and say, ah, my goodness, he's only doing it for the camera. They'll try and convince those little girls that he's up there singing with them and loving on them just because it's a camera in front of them. I bet their children would love for them to get on a damn camera then. I bet their children are like, well, goddamn, why don't you do it for the camera then? I don't see you, yo. I bet their children are like, well, damn. Yo, if my daddy put me on the camera just for the camera, I would have got to be in his lap more. I would have got to sing with him more and be with him more. I'm okay with that. Hell yeah, I'm okay with that. That's a whole lot better than not seeing him. That's a whole lot better than not having him in your life. There's a live the other day, right? Of these ladies who called my damn phone with my sister. And I could tell they was manipulators, you feel me? Trying to uproot my relationship with my sister. And I told my sister what they were doing. And I said, you need to leave these girls alone. She didn't want to listen. Check this out. Just the other day, they was up on their platform with a whole live called Side Chicks, directing it at Lacey. My sister popped her ass in that live and said, I could never be a side chick, referring to Lacey, my wife. She said she was too valuable. That's what my sister said. This was just a couple of days ago. Imagine how that feels. When I tell you the amount of evil that people do on these platforms, it's something that they should really shut down. And people wonder why I never speak to her again. They're saying I should have considered her whenever I thanked Amber. Why would I consider someone who's going on live to call my wives side chicks and they've done nothing to them? What do you mean you too valuable? What's that supposed to mean? Now, if I were to get online and say, yo, I would never raise somebody else's child, I'm too valuable. See, I would never say that because that's not true. See, I'm doing that right now through my granddaughter. And if I met a woman of value who had children, I'd raise the hell out those children. I'd teach them how to be men where they didn't have that in their life. So I'd never criticize a man who steps up for somebody else's responsibility. But don't you ever say you too valuable when your kids don't even know their daddies. They'll take somebody else's lifestyle and put their opinion on it. Well, I couldn't do what I could do. Who the fuck asked you? My baby sister. My baby sister. She did that shit. Popped right in their live knowing she was talking about Lacey. And then gonna say that shit. And then they'll come out here and lie and act like somebody doing something to her. Why would I give a fuck about what she think if I'm gonna celebrate Amber? So no matter where I turn, people who I grew up with, the closest to me, try to spit on my family, try to say negative things about my family, as if I asked them their opinion on my family. Nobody asked them if they would do it. Nobody asked them what they thought of my lifestyle. I've never put my ideas or thoughts on her lifestyle. You understand? So I'm trying to figure out what the hell did they get out of this shit? Y'all ain't got to worry about who she is. I know who she is. And I've seen the shit for myself. Lacey's not a side chick. But that's the shit they say to disrespect our family. They poke every day at Jamie to try and discourage her from decisions she's made. As if they have anything to do with our household. Why they wake up thinking about our household is beyond me. If I was on live talking about their families, their households, their lifestyles, they'd be heated. They'd be mad. If I was up there talking about how they look, they would be mad. But instead, they get up there every day to talk about how I look, how my wives look, how my family look, how my children look. And they try to find every moment they can to call my son special needs. I don't call my son that. Every chance they get, they try to open their mouth and speak a condition on my son. I've never put a condition on my son. I've never posted about a condition when it comes to my son. I've never said he was special needs. But they do this shit and say it over and over because they're trying to get under our skin as parents. And who does that? Like black people, that's what we do? So let me get this straight. Yeah, I even heard my baby sister try to talk junk about somebody else and call them Down syndrome. I could tell you trying to say that shit to get at me. But to me, it's unreal. Let me know if y'all can hear me. It be your own people. Can you hear me? I'm really trying to figure this out. So y'all take parents who are there for their children, and instead of speaking life into them, telling them to be encouraged to continue loving their child, you guys will try and make them be discouraged about their own babies. That's what we do as black people. But if I gave my family up and walked away, I'd be a deadbeat. I'd be a horrible man. But if I'm there for my children, I'm still a horrible man and a deadbeat. You see how that shit works? That's what bruh, I'm glad you're on here. They're definitely demons. That's what I said. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. They have the exact mentality and characteristics of demons. And they'll say they're not demonic. But you come to steal, kill, and destroy. You roam about as a roaring lion, seeking who you can devour. You try and find weaknesses in all of my family members so you can try to say something to get under their skin. You want Lacey and Jamie to have a bitterness towards each other. You want them to have a jealousy towards each other. So they go online every day to pick and try to stir up something. That is destructive behavior. They haven't done anything to you guys. So why would you do that? And then people will wonder why you call it out. That's the godly thing to do, is call it out. Ain't that what your Bible say? So I'm not doing something to them for calling it out. The fact that it exists, the fact that it's happening is the actual problem. And I want my platform to know what's happening to my family on a daily basis. And if you ever see these channels, do everything you can in your power to rip them motherfuckers down. Don't criticize the people. There's no need in being derogatory towards these people. They're already broken as it is. Why even insult them? But these platforms that they're building to destroy somebody else need to go. I'm going to make it a point every day to get up and flag every bit of that shit that's speaking negatively on my family. I'm going to make it a point to do this daily, y'all. And I'm asking y'all to do it too. Yes, I'm asking y'all to do it too. Go to your platforms and say, Kevin's trying to destroy our channels. You fucking right I am. Have a positive channel. Maybe nobody will have a problem with it. I want you gone. They say I love to hear it. I hate to hear that shit. It'll be a good day to wake up and see that shit gone. These are grown-ass people. Some of them are grandparents with their own grandchildren. I spend more time with my grandchildren than they do, because they spend all their time online talking about me and my family. And I don't even understand why they're worried about my family. They have families that I could tap into, figure out who they are, and go online with their pictures and talk about their families every day. But see, it proves they don't have family, because if they did, wouldn't they be doing videos and stuff with their family and showcasing their family life and how it goes? Instead, you never see none of that, but you always see their criticism of somebody else's damn family. And a healthy family is one of the hardest things to build and create. It's harder to create than a business. It's harder to create than success. Because everyone has their own mind, their own ideas. And so holding your family together is something that is very difficult to do. So in my opinion, when you see it, yes, it should be pedestalized. It should be lifted up for everybody to see. Like, this is a good example right here. I ain't going to give them no credit. I ain't going to give them no credit, because there's too many hating people out there who just want to go there just to be fueled. So all I'm saying is, if you see it, flag it. If you guys see it, flag it. And all you got to do is look at their pages and just go down and look at the titles of their videos. Every day, destruction. Every day, animosity and hostility to someone who's not bothering them. And I'm definitely going to block them from my channel so they can't speak it on my channel. But yo, I love my family with everything in me. And I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that they have whatever they need. And I don't see how that's being criticized. I don't see how their looks are being criticized. What the fuck that got to do with anything? One of them said I should smile with my mouth closed. What are we talking about here? That's what we do. We try to go live and criticize somebody for how they look. They say I don't know who my father is. They try to deny my own daddy. Man, I look just like my daddy. Look like my mother too. But who goes live and tries to laugh about somebody potentially not knowing their father? Yo, that's crazy. We do that? Hey, babe, I'm coming up now. Okay. That's what we do? Y'all think it's funny that someone potentially don't know who their daddy is? That's funny? It's funny because it's me. It's funny because it's somebody connected to me. I don't get it. I would never think that's funny that somebody might not know who their daddy is, or somebody may have been lied to about their father. And for black women to go online and suggest that this is happening only tells me that they lie like that. So in my opinion, if there's a black woman or any woman on here saying that I don't know who my daddy is, or the man I think who is my daddy ain't, I'm thinking they lied to their baby daddy. I'm thinking they lied about their children. Because why is that thought in your mind? Where did you get that idea? And you must be saying that black women are capable of such harsh lies, family destroying lies. Your daddy ain't your daddy. You don't look like them. Man, fuck y'all. Yo, every one of us have a whole lineage of ancestors that we pulled from genetic-wise. And you know that all siblings do not have to look identical. So to sit there and try to play on somebody like they daddy ain't they daddy, and you ain't got no proof of that, nothing alleging that at all, just to say the shit for jokes, that's funny? That's funny to put that out there on somebody? And so now you got all these people saying it. My daddy ain't my daddy. How's that funny? How is that funny? I'm trying to understand, where's the joke? Yo, turn on Martin Lawrence and shut the fuck up if you want to laugh. But I'm trying to understand, how is that funny to sit here and try to clown somebody's teeth or their cheekbones or whatever the hell y'all doing? To me, it makes no sense. Somebody got up on the Lacey's Live the other day about Samika and said, that's a face only a mother will love. I swear to fucking God, I wish I could come to this fucking phone. And it's crazy because when they get your wrath, oh, you're a mean person, or you're a loose cannon. But don't God have wrath? Didn't he flood the whole damn world? So what would God do? Which y'all talking about his children? Forget it. Forget them being my children. You guys believe in God, right? What would God say about y'all talking about my children, other people's children the way y'all do? What would God say about it? You wouldn't have his wrath? Ain't they his children? Didn't he form them? Didn't he make them? They only got a plan for their life. So y'all not on here talking about my children, right? Y'all believe in God. So that means y'all on here talking about God's children. Matter of fact, that means I'm God's child, right? So y'all love God, but y'all get on here and criticize his children for how they look. That means for how God decided to make them. Criticize somebody for how God decided to make them. So if God decided to make me this way with my mouth the way it is, I should be ashamed of that? I should be ashamed of how I look? Because you say so. Man, some of y'all need to look in the mirror. Some of y'all need to look in the mirror because, listen, if you're talking about aesthetics, some of y'all ain't got no fucking room to be talking. Now, I don't believe in calling people ugly. I don't believe it's real. I don't believe ugly should even be a fucking word other than behavior. But that's what y'all do. Sick shit. Y'all sick. Miserable ass people wanting somebody else to be miserable. And when somebody turn that misery into physicality and hurt one of y'all, all of a sudden, oh, they shouldn't have done that. We should be able to go online and talk about your children and say whatever we want to say about them, and you should just handle it because you're a life coach. And man, fuck y'all. These are my children. Do y'all got children? And if you wouldn't care that people got online and criticize your children for how they look, talk about whatever they might be suffering with, then you're just heartless. There's something wrong with you. You're just desensitized. If it wouldn't bother you for people to get on here and talk about your children, knowing your children could see it and be affected by it, because you can only build your children up as strong as you can try. But it doesn't mean they'll have the mentality to be able to deal with some of the things that you can deal with. So, frankly, you don't want your children to even be able to see stuff and hear stuff like that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Well, no, I know people are being positive. I got my people, trust me. But I literally came on here to discuss these negative people. And I wanted you guys to know out of respect for y'all. I know y'all don't want to see it. I'm going to start blocking these people. Hey, type my address in. I don't know why it's acting. You don't know it. blocked Mike Brown. Where he at? What he's saying? Let me see. I don't see him. If I see him again, I definitely will. Man, listen. I hope whatever has these people being so hateful, I hope whatever that is, it straightens out for them, because they dumping this hate on other people instead of meditating and going and fixing their own life, whatever the case may be. And I don't think they truly understand the damage that they're doing. And if they do understand it, that just makes them even more evil. It just makes them even more evil. He's blocked. Yeah, I don't get it. But shit like that. It's black people too. That's what's crazy. That's very discouraging, man. Very, very discouraging to see black people behave that way. It's sad, because I would like to say we don't do that. I'd like to say, shit, my people don't do that. And I'd never say that it's all black women, because I know that's not true. My family, Jamie and Lacey, could tell you firsthand that it's black women who's reached out to us more than anybody else to offer their love and appreciation and even help. So I'd never say it's all black women. But I'm telling you, the people that's doing this, they black, man. They're actually black. And that's sad. And the thing about it, they're so sick, they'll try and justify it and say it's because of something you said months ago or something you did months ago. Then get the fuck over it. Something wrong with you if you stay mad that long. It's really something wrong with you if you can stay mad that long. Hola, Brian. 5376. My brother full well believes in God, and I saw a prayer that he put up today, and it really touched my heart. And I don't believe, but I said, if you are out there, please hear my brother. Please hear him, because he's done nothing to deserve what they're doing to him. He's done nothing to deserve having a wedge between his relationship with his children. He's done nothing to deserve that. He's done nothing to deserve people coming for his platforms and hurting his ways of making money. He's done nothing to deserve that. And for some reason, people just get a kick out of attacking him. And it's been that way for a while. It was on him before it was ever on me. And he handles it well. He handles it well. But you have no idea what the man goes through behind closed doors. Because honestly, guys, when you develop a certain level of maturity, it's really no purpose in telling people how you feel. There's really nothing they can do about it. So as a man, you try to hold that in and just deal with it. But it don't mean you're not suffering in silence. And to want that for somebody who literally loves his children, when you see men all the time leave their children and don't take care of them, to me, that's sad. That's truly sad to me. And normally I'd be on here ready to cuss them out and give them all the disrespect in the world. But I'm just past that. I'm to the point to where I'm just like, yo, will y'all heal? Will y'all go somewhere and heal? Will y'all pray to the God y'all believe in and ask for forgiveness and get y'all life right? Because if you believe in him, don't you believe he's coming back? Don't you believe you're not promised a tomorrow? And you don't want to spend your eternity in hell because of your trolling on somebody, because you want to hurt somebody's feelings, because you want to get a laugh. And they'll take this and think that's funny. But yo, these are the same people who say they believe in God and try to criticize me for not sharing those beliefs. But their display of their behavior shows that they do not believe in this person. And that's sad, because that discourages other people from believing in it. Because if you believe in it thoroughly, wholeheartedly, and you can act this way with no guilt, no concern for what your God might do and how your God feels about it, knowing that it's against your God's preferences based on the book you guys read, it just shows you don't actually believe in this person, not with your actions. I don't hate the idea of God. I love the idea of God. I always have. And you guys make me wish God existed more than anything, because I wish he would show up and strike y'all asses down for what y'all do. While y'all sit here and talk trash about my children, my baby, yeah, I wish that, because I can't come through the phone on y'all, I wish that the God y'all believed in would lay guilt so heavy on your heart that you couldn't stand it. I do. I do. But apparently it doesn't happen, because you guys do it and just get away with it and get right back up there to do it again. And whoever this God is, he's not speaking to y'all. He's not telling y'all wrong. He's not having y'all be concerned for the little ones. He's not having y'all speaking up for righteousness, truly speaking up for righteousness. Gracias, Brian. Hola. So I'm with my brother on this, man. He got a prayer where he was talking to God and asking God to just hear him, man, and hear his heart. And I want God to hear his heart too. I do. Show up and show out. Show these people they're wrong if you truly exist. If you out there somewhere, whoever you are, even if it ain't the right God, I want the right one to hear it. And I think that the sad part about it is people actually do hurt themselves due to what other people have said. There's a lady, I don't know if the elevator is going to mess me up or not, but there's a lady in my hometown whose son recently unalived himself. That's not cool, man.
Piso 4.
Black people, that's not cool. That y'all would put so much negativity on somebody that they want to end themselves. That's not cool, black people. That's not cool. That's not cool, black people. That's not cool. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
But that's not cool, y'all. Your words are powerful. Your words are powerful. And whether you joking or not, they're being received in a very harsh way. And people, and nobody over here is close to that. So don't even assert that. But it does happen. And it's like we don't take time to consider that there's on the other side of this, that this is a possibility. And yet we still get on here and play these internet games. It's not cool. So I want to encourage my platform and say I appreciate you guys reaching out to me and saying that, you know, it's very disrespectful even to you guys to have to witness that. Y'all don't come here for that, and it bothers you guys to see people, you know, treat our family the way they're doing, knowing we don't mean no harm. So I'm honoring that. I'm respecting that. And I'm respecting my family. If I see the comments being disrespectful to my family, you will be blocked. You will not have an opportunity to comment on my platforms, share your opinion in whatever way. If you don't have enough decorum, enough self-respect to operate with respect, I'm just going to get rid of you. I'm just going to get rid of you. I would like to see my people step up and become dignified, classy. And believe me, I know many of our people have. I'm surrounded by a lot of those people. But I'm very discouraged that we have so many who have yet to step up and start carrying themselves in a respectful way. You cannot think it's okay to get online and be talking about somebody else's children's disabilities. You cannot think that's okay to be talking about somebody else's holy relationship that they're in. You cannot think that's okay. You can't. And I don't do that to anybody. I don't do that to anybody. And we'll keep being resilient, Ms. Bridges. We'll keep being resilient. You'll see our family continue to post, continue to show our lives, and continue to do our best to ignore and block these people who set out to destroy us, destroy our potential by destroying our vision, trying to hurt our feelings, trying to discourage us in whatever way they can. They want us to be so discouraged that we stop posting. They want us to stop sharing our family. But we won't. We know we're an inspiration to others, and beyond that, this is my ministry. I do what I do to help others. And so I want my life to benefit others. I want my life to benefit others in such a way that it breaks cycles. So why would I stop posting? But there are people out here who deserve criticism. The ones who are abandoning their father responsibilities, their mother responsibilities, their parental obligations. They deserve criticism. But to criticize someone who you see loving their children, all of my children are still with me, even my grandbaby. And they go online to criticize that. I don't get it. And Caprice, you're absolutely right, I'll block them, but they take it a step further. They take this mess to other platforms and lie, skew things. And the thing about it, the people who support those platforms enjoy it, and they do extra work to help them do it. They'll take a person who they know is already sick and obsessed, and they'll come and they'll glue themselves to our channel, screenshotting and doing all this just to send it to them so they can talk about it. Because they enjoy seeing it, because they're just as obsessed as that sick person. And we keep saying, just ignore it, just ignore it. No, give it your attention by way of flagging that shit and making it come down. That's righteous, y'all. They up there disrespecting little babies. They're up there trying to make parents feel bad about their own children. Why do they deserve a platform? Why? Anyways, I got some work I got to do. I'm about to do an interview on my move to Colombia. And it's going to be on DJ Genesis channel on YouTube. If you want to, come on over. I'll be there discussing that move, what it's been like, and discussing my book, which is on Amazon. The Divine Design on Amazon. If you want to come over and check it out, family. Many of you guys know about the move and all that stuff, but if you want to hear, you know, this live, it's on DJ Genesis channel, and that's on YouTube, okay? I love y'all. And don't think I'm discouraged, I'm not. I hated to have to do this live. It's a live that my subscribers have been asking for. You need to address this, Kevin, and block them. Block them, get it out of your system. Because just because you're strong enough to handle it today, who's to say you won't wake up tomorrow and that same stuff get to you? Who's to say that Cindy won't be affected? Who's to say that Justice won't be affected? Who's to say that Samik won't one day? You understand? Let me tell you something. Jamie, do you still have that post before I go? Do you still have that post they sent to you where they told you to poison me in my sleep? I want to read it to y'all. I want y'all to see the stuff that they do. And you tell me this is not demonic right here. Take your time. And I want you to think about it, if you can find it, that someone took the time to go to their computer, go in her inbox and set up and type this long ass message encouraging her to poison me in my sleep. They wanted Jamie and Lacey to believe that I brought them here so they could be unalived and I could collect insurance money on them. I don't know where they come up with this shit. And it's sad because when you report it, they'll often tell you ain't nothing you can do about it. Just don't watch it. Just block them, which is crazy, which shows that they're making money off of the viewership, so they're allowing this bullshit to continue. It makes me think a whole lot less of YouTube. It really does, because it's proven to be so difficult to get people flagged for things that you know should be inappropriate, things that they say themselves are crossing guidelines. And if you flag it and tell them, nothing happens. To sit and conjure up that type of things in your mind and then sit down and type this and send this to another person is wild to me. Wild. And Lacey all day can tell y'all this is her first time being a mother. She loves her baby. And they'd be on there criticizing her, saying things that they know they'd be up out of here if they say this to somebody's face. Why you post that baby? So y'all wouldn't post y'all children? So you want Lacey to feel embarrassed for enjoying her child so much that she posts and that she screams them from the mountaintops. That's a problem for y'all? Evil. It's so much evil in y'all. And it's like to the point to where they enjoy being evil. They enjoy it. Nah, I ain't gonna take my family off the net. We're gonna take them people off the net. Yeah. See the backhanded shit they do and say? If you so concerned, take your family off the net. No, if I'm so concerned, I'm going to take these motherfuckers off the net who trying to attack my family. We all have a right to come online and post our families and post what we're doing with our lives. But there should not be any right to come on here and destroy somebody who's not bothering you. Maybe that's what you would do. Maybe that's what you would do is run. Take your family off the net and call that protecting them. Y'all sound so idiotic sometimes. She found it, okay. So listen at this right here real quick before I go. Listen at this, y'all. Hello, as you can see here. Hello, don't know you like that, which is already, you don't even know her like that, but check this out. Don't know you like that, but I feel some kind of connection that you really need help. And the spirits is telling me, I don't know what spirits you communicating with, but the spirits are telling me that you are a good woman with a big heart. See how you're trying to get close to her? but you are not happy. You pretend to be happy just to keep others happy. You need a breakthrough. You are about to be in a situation that you don't want to be in. The life you are living, you are not happy living it. You want out of this mess. It says, you want out of this mess you in. I feel a strong sense that the man in your life, he doesn't really love no one but himself and is using you and the women to benefit him. He's about to have you both doing things you probably wouldn't want to do. He's taking you to another country to be a sex slave for him. He's no good. He's a fake pretender, and he's got access to all of your accounts. You need to free yourself from this monster, both of you women. The other lady is not as good as you, as she recently had a kid. But it's not that man. It's not that man's. So now they're trying to tell Jamie that Samika's not my baby, right? Wow. So it says it's not that man that you both are involved with. That baby was made with another man. Please, don't let him read this. But you need to get rid of him. He's spreading diseases around. I don't know if it's AIDS or herpes, but it's a sexually transmitted disease. Be careful of him. Slip poison in his drink or food and don't let him outsmart you. Sneak and get some rodent poison and make him a smoothie with it. If you got to leave before it's too late. The country y'all in, Colombia, is dangerous. He may be trying to get y'all murdered or raped. Anything. You don't need him. Please listen to me. So they try to first boost her up, tell her she's a good person, they connect with her. Then they try to isolate her by telling her that I want to hurt her. Then they say that Samika's not my child, that it's somebody else's. But I have access to all their accounts, and I'm going to have something harmful to happen to them so I can get the insurance money and take their money, make them sex slaves. And I'm talking about, this is a long message, y'all. Look at this long message. Someone sit up and typed this, though. Someone sit up and typed this. Probably thought it was funny, but it's like, yo, you're sick and you enjoy being sick. That's what you do with your time. The things you guys do with your time is beyond me, man. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's just say Jamie believed this lady. Let's say she acted on what this lady said, and I'm somewhere in the ground because of a lie being told. So is that what she would do to her man? To me, that sounds like a very murderous spirit. If she would suggest to her to do that, who's to say this lady hasn't done that or will do that or won't do that or haven't done that in the past? To suggest that she tried to get you to kill me. Really, that's what she tried to do. That's hate if I never saw it. And that's one of many messages, y'all. That's one of many messages. We get them all the time. And they think that's funny, guys. They think that's funny. To put that type of time into destruction and evilness. And they don't know they're a child of Satan. They don't know that they're serving the lower chakras, the lower self. And if God exists, why don't he handle that? Makes no sense to me, man. So I guess in people's mind, they think if you're a content creator, you're supposed to be unaffected and unbothered by all these evil things simply because you make content. What? What are we talking about? Everybody in the world is human. Everybody's human. So to suggest that, if you do this thing, then you should be ready for it. You should be able to handle it. That makes no sense, man. And none of this is speaking to the problem. If you got roaches in your house, if you got rats in your house, you address the rats and the roaches. You don't sit there and say, that just comes with the territory. No, it don't. No, it doesn't. Yeah, they're trying to break us, but why? Trying to break us for what? What pleasure would it get for them to break up a family, to break down a family? Why do they want to see us destroyed? Why they want us to break up? Why they want us to have a horrible family? Why? Why they want us to stop posting our son that we love very much? Why are they criticizing Cindy? And so they'll have these platforms like they up there to speak some type of truth. But what you guys will notice is any person connected to who they don't like, there'll be a negative report on them. They'll be clowning on them. There'll be excessive derogatory statements made about them. Cindy has a beautiful soul. I love her like my own daughter. So to watch you guys get on there and attack her after I'm posting her birthday, it's just unreal. For what reason would you do that? For what reason would you do that? Like, what's the reason? Yeah, I think they do have a lot of hate for themselves because at least they're filled with hate, because I can't understand how someone can be so sick that they would just do stuff like that. I would never find, and if I found myself doing that, I would know I had a problem. If I found myself every day talking about the same person, the same thing for something that supposedly happened months or weeks or years ago, I would know that I have a problem. But if you see it, guys, definitely report it. And if I see it, in the moment that I see it, I may just come to you guys and report it. And I ask you with all sincerity, help me do the work to destroy these hateful ass platforms. Not for their reporting of what they see, because negative criticism, you can have an opinion, but when they're talking about people's children, their mothers, they post my mother up on the page. One lady even said she was my mother, knowing I lost my mother at 3. Who would joke like that? That's a holy relationship. You only get one mama. So if I made videos saying I'm her daddy, would that be cool? Who is she to make a video and say she is my mother? You could never be my mother. My mother is dead and she's doing the world a better justice than you. At least she make the flowers grow. You ain't doing nothing but here destroying people. You could never be my mother, ever. They'll even try to make videos or try to act like my mother was a whore. If she was, she raised her children. She didn't give them up. She didn't give them up. She raised her children as long as she graced this earth. And if she'd have lived longer, she'd have stuck by her children. I can guarantee you that. So they'll try to take your dead mother and paint her to be a hoe. For what? So I'm not going to give them hate for hate, but I am going to try everything I can to destroy their platforms. Yeah, because what they're doing is evil. And any good person should do that. And it's crazy because, like I said, they say they believe in God, an all-knowing, all-powerful being who, if they're doing all this to his children, God will have a real problem with that. And one day they'll have to face him, right? So I'm going to leave him to them. I'm going to leave them to the God they believe in. And I hope he exists. And I hope hell exists. I do. And the sad thing is, they'll believe that they can just apologize and repent and all is well after talking about somebody's children the way they do. After saying the things they say and do the things they do to people, they believe they can just go repent and God will be cool with it. But what about all the damage and pain you put on somebody else? And if they don't forgive that person for all the pain they put on them, I guess they're going to hell, right? So you can go around being a stumbling block to other people, ruining their relationship with who they believe in by them having animosity towards you for something you doing to them. But you get to go ask for forgiveness and God just forgive you, right? I just think that's crazy. That if I believe in God, I could go around disturbing your peace and making y'all feel bad about yourself. And I get to go repent. And if you don't forgive me, you go to hell. Right. What kind of nonsense is that? And a part of me is like, I wish I could stick all of them in a room and then fly a plane through that bitch, yo. But I shouldn't think that way. So instead, I'm a flag. I'm not gonna get on here cussing, and it doesn't do anything, don't solve anything. But I'm a flag, I'm gonna keep flagging, I'm gonna keep flagging. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes so these platforms will have to recognize what they're allowing on their platforms. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Until next time, family, let me go handle business. Peace to y'all. Everybody. To my followers, I love you. To my subscribers, I appreciate you. I will continue making great content. You just keep supporting. You're already doing your part. You're already doing your part. And to anybody who does buy the book, whether that be in the future or if you've already bought it, I'm saying thank you in advance, okay? But that's not what my platform is about. My platform is about teaching. What helps me more than anything is seeing you guys be elevated through what we bring to you guys. And we'll always keep doing that with thought, okay? We're not perfect people, but we love each other. We have a mission, just like you guys may love your families. So respect that. As Black people, let's try and be better. Like, really, let's try and be better. Peace.